When you say the right word the wrong way, then suddenly it becomes a totally different word with a totally different meaning. In German, certain letter combinations follow strict rules. For example, SP in the beginning of any word needs to be pronounced as Sport. S-P-O-R-T is pronounced as sport in English, whereas in German you need to pronounce it as Sport. Similarly, ST in the beginning of any word needs to be pronounced as St. Similarly, SCH is pronounced as Sk in English, but it is Sch in German. For example, SCHULE is Schule. Schule means school in German. So all you need to do is to get to know the rules, just follow them, and then your German sounds more German and really less influenced by any other language. So in this video, we will try to break down these everyday pronunciation rules with clear examples so that you can listen, repeat, and immediately apply it during your conversation. Let's get your German sounding authentically German. Let's begin. If you find SP or ST in the beginning of a word, you need to pronounce it as Sp and St respectively. For example, sprechen. So we should not pronounce it as sprechen, but then sprechen. Sprechen means to speak. I have another word here, Stein. Stein means stone. Again, this is not Stein, it is Stein. But if SP is somewhere in between a word, then it needs to be pronounced as Sp. For example, Trainingsprogramm. Moving on, if E or R is at the end of any word, it has to be pronounced as A, like in andere. Andere means others, so it is not andere, it is andere. Similarly, dir is not dir, like in English, but then dir. If ch is preceded by either a or o or u, then it is pronounced as h, like in Sprachen. Sprachen means languages. Here ch is preceded by a, and that's why it is Sprachen. Otherwise, for all other cases, ch is pronounced as sh. Like in Sprechen, we have e before ch here, and that's why it is Sprechen and not Sprechen. Yeah? Similarly, we have ich. Ich means I. Ch is preceded by I, and that's why ch is pronounced as sh. So let's move on to the next step here. Z is pronounced as ts. It's not zen, it is zehn. Similarly, it's not Zug, it is Zug. Zug means train in German. Similarly, 20. Yeah, 20 means the number 20. V is pronounced as V. ER at the end of any word needs to be pronounced as ear. Then IE. E is the landing letter. You need to pronounce this as long E, like literally E. And if you have EI combination where the landing letter is I, then you need to pronounce it as short I. I mean literally I. Let us consider an example. I have a verb here, verabschieden, that means to say goodbye. V is pronounced as V in German, and that's why it is verabschieden and not verabschieden. Also, ER should be pronounced as ear, and that's why I said verabschieden. IE needs to be pronounced as long E. And another tip is, when a verb ends with en, you should not pronounce it as n, but n. What I mean to say is verabschieden and not verabschieden. So another example, heißen. Heißen means to be called. Beta here, it is called as scharfes S or SZ in German. It is one of the 4 extra alphabets in German. But now the focus here is on heißen, that is EI. Since I is the landing letter here, we need to pronounce this as heißen. As you see, EI is pronounced as I. Heißen. Moving on, beta, that is scharfes S or SZ, it has to be pronounced as z, like in busy, for example. Heißen, so sharpest S is pronounced as z, and heißen means to be called. If S is at the beginning of any word, it needs to be pronounced as z, like in busy again. For example, sagen. It's not sagen, but sagen, and sagen means to say. Similarly, sie. Yeah, sie means she. If ig is at the end of any word, it has to be pronounced as ish, like in wenig. Wenig means little. Now, there are some native speakers who speak wenig as wenig, but what we are learning is Standard German, and according to the Standard German rules, ig at the end of any word needs to be pronounced as ish. If wenig is pronounced as wenig, you need to understand that it is a dialect of the Standard German. Further, EU, this combination, when it occurs anywhere in the word, you need to pronounce it as oi. This is not neun, but it is neun. Neun means number 9. Similarly, euro. In English, we call it as euro, Europe, euro, like that, but it is in German called euro. Finally, if sch is present anywhere in a word, it has to be pronounced as sh. For example, Schule. Schule means school. So it's not Schule, it is Schule. So that brings to the end of this video. And these are the very basic pronunciation tips I can think of for a beginner. So guys, it is very important that we learn right the first time. Okay, that's all in this video, guys. Have a good day ahead. Schönen Tag noch. Tschüss, Leute.